Religion is a terrible thing.
What are you saying?
It keeps people in servitude. It stops people from thinking for themselves and taking responsibility for themselves. It's a destructive thing. It stops people getting on with their lives because they think if they pray to God, God will do it all for them. And He doesn't do anything for them. Nothing at all. Just take your money, the churches. That's all they do. Take your money.
Look at somebody somewhere next to you, anywhere, the closest person to you, and say, the truth is unbelievable. Brother Marlowe just said that. I love it when that happens, y'all.
My name is Mr. John Olisware. I like to tell my fellow Ghanaians that there's a program called The Truth is Unbelievable.
Is unbelievable. The truth is unbelievable.
And we black people, we don't want to learn from our colonial masters. Many people come to Europe and they just come to look for money. All what they need is money, money, money. And people work and get money and they die because of money. So, I don't know why you will suffer to work, to make money, then you die and leave your money. I want to take you to a program called The Truth is Unbelievable. So what I learned from our superpowers, I would like people to know through Okasa TV.
Watch Okasa TV on YouTube.
This is Okasa TV. Keep watching.
I have my PhD before my mother conceived me. And I'm a researcher, born by nature. So true, if you watch Okasa TV, you will know about the truth. We don't want to accept the fact that many things we know is not based on truth. So today you are going to listen to Julie Reese Okasa. Let's go and see. He's going to tell you about life. So let's listen to my wife. Hello. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Okasa. We said to you, don't worry. Okasa TV watchers or viewers. Yeah, we are here and we want to show you.
Terrible.
You say what is terrible?
Religion is a terrible thing.
Why are you saying that?
It keeps people in servitude. It stops people from thinking for themselves and taking responsibility for themselves. It's a destructive thing. It stops people getting on with their lives because they think if they pray to God, God will do it all for them. And He doesn't do anything for them. Nothing at all. Just take your money, the churches. That's all they do. Take your money.
That's what church do. They take
all churches.
So there's no one church.
Except Buddhists don't do that. Buddhists have a different thinking altogether.
So what about Roman Catholic?
That's the worst. Catholicism and Scottish Presbyterian is the worst because it's what we call fire and brimstone and hell, and it's if you don't do what we tell you, you will go to hell. People in Ireland and Scotland with those churches lived in absolute fear of upsetting the church. You've got all this scandal now in this country about the Irish priests. They're all paedophiles with all the children, and that went unmentioned for years and years and years because people were so afraid of the church, of the pastors and the priests. They never said anything and they knew. And the Pope now, the Pope before this Pope knew about it and didn't do anything, and this Pope is trying to cover it up as well. They know about this terrible scandal.
What about Methodists?
Yeah, they're one of the worst, the Methodists.
And what about Jehovah's Witness?
Well, I think Jehovah's Witnesses are something completely different, aren't they? Jehovah's. I don't really understand Jehovah's Witnesses. I think they're a bit deluded because they say, well, it's the same actually, because they say the same thing. If you don't join with us, the world will end.
Okay, what about Pentecost?
But the thing is,
what
if
about
the world is going to end, where do the people that have joined the Jehovah's Witness go? Do they go to heaven or something?
They believe in
go?
that. They call it Armageddon.
Oh, Armageddon.
Yeah,
but they say if Armageddon comes and the world ends, if you're not a Jehovah's Witness, so the world has ended for all the people that are not Jehovah's Witness. When they say
die.
The world
They will go
when
to
the world is ended, where do they go?
The hell.
Where do they go?
They go to heaven, but they say Jesus is coming to rule us again with 144,000 people to rule us in. They will select and see people.
Yeah, but where's the good news then? The people that they don't select, what happens to them?
Jesus and the crew, which is 144,000, is coming to this earth.
Yes,
to
I get
rule
that.
us, and there's no problem.
The people that they select will all be fine, won't they?
Yes.
And the ones that they don't select because you don't believe, what happens to them?
You go to hell.
Well, where's the charity and love in that then? Jesus said, "Forgive your enemies." So how does that all work? If you believe in Jesus, Jesus said, "Come, all my children." Jesus believed in the enemy people, the people that didn't believe. He was kind to them. Jesus never said, "Die because you don't believe in me."
So,
if you believe in Jesus. So the thing doesn't stack up at all.
So you call name, which you are calling Jesus, say Jesus. So I'm asking you a last question. Jesus in the Bible, he exists. Somebody exists called Jesus in the Bible.
Well, nobody knows, do they?
If you say nobody knows, maybe it could be true or not.
There's no evidence that he ever existed. That people know there was a movement in Israel at that time, and there were people that preached it. But there is no evidence that Jesus ever existed. Nothing has ever been found.
They say
or
he born and raised 3 days, and he raised.
That's Easter. That's just what we've got coming next week. Easter.
So Easter.
When they rolled the stone away. And they went in, and he wasn't there because he'd risen from the dead.
So Jesus be in the tombs and they cover?
They covered the tomb. That's where we get Easter eggs from. The disciples went to the tomb and rolled the big boulder away. That's where we get the Easter eggs from.
So this story is a genuine story, or is a symbolic?
Knows. It's symbolic. Nobody knows. There's no evidence of it.
If somebody don't know, then you don't need to say it's symbolic then. If you think nobody know.
Well, nobody does know. There is no evidence of it.
But the Bible and the Quran say it.
Yeah, but the Quran is just a takeaway from the Bible. All the religions are connected. The Quran is just a takeaway from it.
From the Bible, which is true. The Quran being taken away from the Bible. Quran believe in Old Testament.
In those times, the religious people travelled. They travelled to Europe, and they travelled to Asia, and they travelled to Turkey and Israel and all. They travelled.
We call them.
The word.
We call them in Africa, in Queen's language, which is your language. We call them missionaries.
Yeah, the missionaries.
Jilly, can you explain what is missionary? What is
a missionary? Anybody with a mission.
Somebody who have mission.
Somebody who's got a purpose.
Purpose. So
something to achieve.
So what you say, meaning they bring Christianity to us because they need something from us. That's what you mean? Yeah, because if you say you explain what is the meaning of the missionary, somebody who have.
If you're being charitable and not cynical, you could say that missionaries are bringing you something which they think is good for you. You could say that. They're very fervent because they think that what they're telling you is going to be good for you.
Okay.
But the edifice that is above it, the people that send out the missionaries, that isn't their purpose. Their purpose is to recruit people in, because in that way they get control and they get money. But the innocent little missionaries who go out doing the good work, they probably believe in it all. But the people who sit behind it, the organisations of it, That's not their purpose. Their purpose is to recruit as many people as possible because they will get the control of the people and they will get the money.
Okay, last question.
The missionaries don't get the money. The people who
The
got
top
get the
people
money.
who send them. So you see that the people who send them to Africa, do you think they have a good tension for Africa or for the, sorry to say, the selfishness?
It's their selfishness.
Wow.
Look at the Pope, the Catholic Church.
Wow.
The Catholic Church, the Pope in Rome, the Vatican.
Wow.
The Vatican's got its own bank.
Wow.
The Vatican owns property all over. The Vatican is richer than the Queen of England. So it's all about the money. And if you really believe in it, Jesus lived with no shoes on his feet. He was about the poor people. He wasn't about making money.
So that story they talking about, when you go into school in this country, they teach you about Jesus and everything.
Yeah, but they don't teach you about how the system works. They teach you the values, and there's nothing wrong with the values. Be good to everybody, be kind to everybody, be charitable, love the children, love the birds and the animals. That's the hook. There's nothing wrong in those values.
Okay, so do you think if it's not the Bible, human beings don't know that you have to help your brother and be kind to your brother?
Well, exactly. Human beings do know that. But
We know that.
Because
You mean human beings know that? I
we
want
know that
you to
already,
be clear.
but because we're human beings, we have a bad side as well. We are selfish.
Even
and
animal
avaricious. We are all
animal
those
know
things.
the good side.
Yeah.
You can see elephant when puppy elephant is in the river.
And all it's saying to you, really, because we're human, we all do bad things. Because we're human, it's what we do. We can be selfish and all of those things and greedy. You know, like the 7 deadly sins. We're all of those things because we're a mix of those things. And it's just telling you not to be the bad side, to do the good things.
So you don't believe in heaven?
No,
Yeah, I mean,
Cuthbert.
what people?
Many, the monks, Cuthbert.
They are what?
The monks.
Monks from what country?
This country travelled to Rome and came back with Christianity. Holy Island we have in this country, my father's country.
Your father from Ireland?
No, I'm saying in my father's country, in Northumberland, there's Bede and Cuthbert. That's where the first monks came back to Northumberland and lived on a place called Holy Island in the water. It's famous.
So,
Beautiful
Julie,
place.
what do you think? What do you think Christianity
It's a load of
religion
bollocks.
come from Europe? Do you think it help us, we Africans?
I don't know really.
Why you don't know? I mean, Christianity. Come by Europe.
I don't think any religion help any country anywhere in the world, whether it be Voodoo or Christianity or any other religion, except Buddhism. Buddhism helps people. Because
Why do you say that?
Buddhism makes people responsible for themselves. Buddhism makes a person responsible for their own self.
So Africans.
Every other religion makes God responsible for their actions.
So Africans, do you think we know God?
Well, it depends on the God, doesn't it?
But do you think
have
we
your
are
own gods? You have your own gods.
So which God we have to worship?
You don't have to worship any God.
So we don't need to worship a European God?
No.
Why? Because Christianity come from Europe,
Yeah.
Rome and Britain.
Most people in Europe and in the West now and in this country don't believe in God. I don't call myself a Christian, although I was brought up a Christian. I have no clue. I don't believe there's no God, and most people don't believe there is a God anymore. We don't believe it anymore.
Don't listen to my wife much. What he's trying to say, you don't know my wife. My wife is atheist. And believe me or not,
No, I believe in nature.
you are atheist. That's what we call you people, atheists.
And that you are responsible for yourself and how you live on this planet. In connection with how you live on the planet and your other people in society. You are responsible for that, not God.
Oh, okay,
God's not going to make any God in the sky isn't going to make any difference to that at all.
So what you are trying to say now, Christianity is man-made, but it's not coming from God?
It's completely man-made.
How do you know that?
But there's no evidence otherwise, is there?
Because the people say that they be inspired by God. So
yeah, but
God
you
speaks to them.
You can say you're inspired by a plant growing in the garden because it's beautiful, and you can see life coming. I get inspired from being in the garden and growing your own vegetables. It's something you've achieved. Many things are inspirational.
So there's no
If
Jesus,
people
you
think
mean?
God tells you something to inspire you, you're dreaming. God never told me anything about anything. Look at the times you've begged God for help when your people are dying that you love. God never stretched his hand out to raise them from the dead and help them. Never. In history has that ever happened. I'm sick of
Okay, Gilly, do you remember a footballer in Germany, a Ghanaian, who normally called Prince Tego?
Yes, I do.
Do you speak to
Yes,
Prince
I spoke
Tego
to
before?
him, yes.
And what did Prince Tego say to you?
He just begged for help.
Are you sure?
Yes, he begged for help.
True of your life, that what you are saying?
Yes, I remember very well.
And this man now is not playing football anymore and in career because of the promises he gave it to me. You know? So you can hear that Jilibri Sokasa, remember, it's been a long time ago. So once again, you sure that you know somebody called Prince Tego who talked to you?
Yes, I remember him. He phoned me in my house.
Uh-huh. And what did he say to you?
He was asking for help because he had a problem with his football career and his health.
And now you know that we are not friends anymore. And whatever he tell me, promise me car, house and things, you know we don't need these material things. You know, but he's trying to be smart and he don't want to talk to me anymore. But he sent me a lot of money, and anyone who think I'm just saying something to be a famous, I have Prince Tego, what do you call it? Medical report. So the number is on the line. I can't just put in medical report into, what do you call it? YouTube or something. But Prince Tego, wherever you are, this is, you call me Daddy Bishop John, all is well. If you want to know this, we will show you where this thing happened. And there's a radio station. Do you remember that radio station called us one time in Ghana? And you spoke to them? And you go to Ghana Web. Do you remember that radio station?
Yes.
Yes. So, thank you very much. And this is Mrs. Okasa you hear from. Please, if you really like me, please, I beg of you, support.
Are you tired of feeling fed up, having the same problems wear you down from day to day? Sometimes the only way you can get help is through God's help. Mr. John Fahey, All Is Well, is a spiritual healer, herbalist, and understands God's ways. He can help you with many different types of problems, be it business, love, marriage, sexual impotency, and we know that God helps in all situations. So if you are tired of feeling fed up and don't know what more to do, contact Mr. John Fahey, All Is Well, 07903 115438.
Also, you can contact Mr. John All Is Well on +44 74 0111 77 +44 74 0111 77.
Quick results are guaranteed. Call without delay. Mr. John Fahey, All Is Well.
To Casa TV and subscribe and press the bell so anything come, you know. Thank you. Bye bye. From now, Okasa TV. Thank you. You can see it yourself. See you once again. The truth is unbelievable. As you hear everything from Mrs. Okasa, bye bye for now. You are blessed, so continue your blessing.